What's up, everybody? Squirrel Man's back again. I'm up here in Michigan, not too far outside of Detroit. It's as exciting as it sounds. It really is. Yeah, I'm on my way to Ohio, then Jersey tomorrow. Um, I've been thinking about making this video for a long time, and now it's about time I do it. For all those people living up north or in other states, and you see how great it looks in the red states in the South, and you're considering moving down there for whatever reason. Maybe you're just tired of getting fist fucked by taxes and uh, Democrats' way of doing things, and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to bite the bullet and move down there. Or maybe you got family down somewhere in the South, and maybe they've been trying to convince you to move down there forever, and you're finally ready to give up and just give in. That's great. I totally condone people being with their families. I think more people should live next to their families. Because when I was growing up, I didn't get that privilege because my dad was in the military. So I didn't get to grow up around all my cousins and stuff. But I've been living in the South since 1994. I moved here when I was like 12 years old. And, well, I'm not there right now, obviously. I'm in Michigan right now. But I have no intention of ever leaving the South. Like I said, I've been here since 94. This is my life. This is everything to me. One thing you need to know, if I'm talking to you, you're watching this video and you're sitting up there in like Connecticut or something, right? And you've never been down here. So all you know is what people tell you, and most of those people probably don't know shit about living in the South. First of all, there's one thing you need to know. We only have two genders down here. So if you're going to come down here, you need to leave all that alphabet Fruit Loop bullshit behind, because we don't like that down here. We live on planet Earth inside reality, and we don't tolerate that crap down here. We don't like it. Other thing is stupid stereotypes, things that you might hear like, oh, I'm going to go down there and there's going to be a Confederate flag on every front porch. No, that's not true either. I don't play that shit either. I don't support the Confederate flag anyway. Either way, I'll piss on that thing because I know how to read, and to me that just symbolizes the Democrat Party, and I don't like that. I think that's disgusting. So I kind of associate that with the same as Antifa, you know? So anyway, yeah, there's only one flag that I truly stand by, and that's the American flag. So got that out of the way. There's other things you need to know before you come down here. Not everybody down here is a redneck. I'm not a redneck. Yes, I drive a truck. You know, I'm not married to my cousin. And that's the other thing that you need to know. People like that are so few and far between. When you come down in the South, you're going to see rednecks, but not everybody is a redneck. There's a lot of people that live here, and they come from all over. There's people that come from all over. They migrated here. They settled here. They've raised families, and it's just not what you're picturing. There's a little bit of a lot of different kinds of walks of life down here. And people of all races, all religions, and we all get along because we all want the same thing. We want to be left alone. We want to raise our families, have great kids with great futures, go to great schools. We want freedom. Freedom is everything to us. That's why we are so crazy about the Second Amendment. That's one thing you really need to know. If you don't understand the Second Amendment and why we're so crazy about it, you're going to learn when you come down here. Because we don't tolerate that tyrannical bullshit that Joe Biden and all his butthole buddies like to preach to everybody. We don't do that. We're not all Trump supporters, so don't think that when you come down here, you're going to see MAGA flags on every pickup truck you see. You're going to see that stuff, but not everybody is like that. And not everybody down here is super conservative. Like I said, you're going to see people from all over. But the reason why they came here is because They wanted the freedom. They wanted low taxes, low cost of living, especially down in Florida. Florida doesn't even have a state tax. I don't think. I know they don't have food taxes. When I was there, if you paid $1 for an apple, you paid $1, not $1.07. It was $1, So I could probably talk about living in the South for so long. If you don't like humidity, this is not the place for you, man. I hibernate a lot during the summer. It's just so freaking hot during the summer. If you don't like bugs, sorry, this place ain't for you. But yeah, the humidity, and you're going to hear this every summer. It's not the heat, it's the humidity. Shut the fuck up. It's hot. It's all the same to me, So that's one big thing. If you don't like the heat and being hot, like 7-8 months out the year, the summer, that 3 or 4 months during the summer is like crucial. Depending on where you live in the South, the winters can be really nice. If you can move to Virginia, especially Northern Virginia, it's like no different from New York. I mean, it's cold as shit in Northern Virginia, and they get crazy snow. Trust me, I grew up there. I moved there from Wisconsin, and I was like moving to the South, and I'm thinking, oh man, we finally get away from all that snow that was in Wisconsin. No, we got super pounded with snow almost every year. But once you get down to the Carolinas, especially the southeastern part of the Carolinas, and then go all the way south, that's when you start to see those really nice winters that aren't crazy with snow. It's going to get cold, but you're not going to have to shovel snow. So that's like a super good thing. If you're not an outdoorsy person, I don't think Florida's for you. You can't swim anywhere in Florida unless you're crazy. I mean, some people do. I think they're crazy. I will not swim unless it's a swimming pool and I can see to the bottom. I'm not swimming anywhere in Florida. You're insane. I mean, there's alligators and shit that will kill you everywhere in the state of Florida. I lived there for like 6 years, and hell no, I won't swim anywhere in the state of Florida. And that goes the same for South Carolina. I won't swim anywhere in South Carolina. You're nuts. I'll stay on the boat, but if it's not a swimming pool, if I can't see to the bottom, I'm not doing it. When you get down here, you're going to be, you're going to notice that people talk to each other totally different. And I'm not talking about accents saying y'all and stuff like that. That goes without saying. I'm talking about ma'am and sir, So if you have crazy anxiety, gender issues, the South is not for you. Because if you look like a dude, somebody's going to call you sir, and they're not going to stop doing it. Because like I said, we don't support that crazy Looney Tune shit down here. We don't like it. We want to raise our children to be normal people, normal functioning, tax-paying, hardworking citizens that will bring a bright and profitable future, not just to their families, but to the country, to their communities, to the counties they live in, And we can't do that if we're raising our kids to live inside this little bubble of sensitivity where everything offends them. We don't like that in the South because it completely goes against our belief system and that system is like, no man or woman deserves anything that they're not willing to work for. If you're not willing to get out there and bust your ass for it, I'm not going to give it to you for free. Screw you. I had to work. Tom, Dick, and Harry had to work. So why am I giving you anything for free? We don't play that. And that's where you blue states really fuck shit up all the time, because you constantly give things away for free to freeloaders that don't deserve it, and you wonder why you have mass amounts of crime, poverty, and drug addicts everywhere. We don't believe in that shit, When you teach a person to be responsible, that you're not going to have those problems. And that's why we just don't support that blue state way of thinking. We think it's garbage, it has an expiration date, and it's like so self sabotaging for them. And it for us down here, it's really funny and really sad and pathetic to watch at the same time, because like we're going to work every day, we're supporting each other, we're helping out our neighbors. You know, we actually talk to our neighbors. You know, we have like an unspoken support system with our neighbors. You know, that guy across the street, I might never talk to him, but if I see some weird person creeping around his house, I guarantee you I'm going to do something about it, because I don't like people fucking with my neighbors. Because if you're fucking with my neighbors, you might come fucking with me next, and we're not doing that. So you might go into a neighborhood that's super quiet, and there's a reason why it's super quiet, because everybody's on the same frequency. And if you can get into a community where you feel like everybody's on the same frequency, then you found a good place. If you're the type of person that has kids, like a lot of kids, you need to find a community where there's a lot of other kids, so that they can be outside, hang outside together. Keep your kids out of the house. You want them outside. You know, you want them learning life lessons like you did, like I did, like our ancestors did, like our relatives. You know, they have to be outside. They can't be in their bedrooms playing video games all day. They're not going to learn shit. When you do that, you're supporting the emotional bubble way of thinking. And that is so bad for any child to grow up like that, because then they get out into the world and they're like, I had no idea, you know, and then they cry and then they don't know what to do, you know. So the sooner you can put your foot in their ass and get them outside hanging out with other human beings, the better they're going to be for them and for you. So, I mean, I could talk about living in the South for so long. I love it down here, man. Like I said, the summers are brutal. The winters are awesome. The people most of the time are very easy to get along with, you know, because like I said, most of us are all on the same wavelength, same frequency. Is there bad places living in the South? Yeah, I totally believe. That's why I stay away from big cities. I don't like big cities. Big cities you're getting more into that blue state way of thinking. You're going to see people that aren't as religious. You know, you're not going to see or people that are more prone to poverty and crime. And you just don't see that out in the country. You know, out in the country, people are so tight knit, and their belief system is such a positive thing, you know. And I can't say enough about it. The best thing that ever happened to me was moving to the South. I love it so much. There's a reason why. There's a reason why people that live in these shit blue states always come to the red states like Florida for vacation. It's not just the weather, you know. If Florida was like LA, no one would come here or go down there, you know. If it was like San Francisco with homeless people and shit all over the place and literal shit on the streets everywhere, no one would want a vacation here. Why the hell would I want to bring my kids here? I get 1 week a year. You think I'm going to spend my money and drive 15 hours here to look at a pile of crap? No. So there's a reason why people like to come to the South for vacation, you know, and I don't believe it's just the weather. And we like having you down, you know, especially if you live in a tourist area like I do. I'm not in love with tourists. They aggravate the shit out of me sometimes, but I understand that I live in a community that thrives on the dollar spent by those tourists, you know. Just like I lived in Daytona Beach for years. Daytona Beach thrives on that dollar that comes from that tourist. They need as much money during the tourist season to support them through the winter months when there's very little tourism. You know, you get tourism down there, but it's like people from Canada, they'll come down there for like a few days, you know, but it's so thin, you know, the amount of people. But like during the summer, it's like, it's insane. There's freaking people everywhere, you know. I tell people, if you're going to go vacation in Florida, do it in the fall, like after the kids go back to school, because the beach will be almost empty. You'll have the whole beach to yourself. The weather will be tolerable. It'll be warm, but it won't be like nutsack hot as balls, freaking hot, so it'll be very nice. You can walk around in your bathing suit on the beach. There won't be an insane amount of people there. The likelihood of you getting robbed or something might be gone down because there's not as many people there. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that shit happens. I almost got carjacked in Daytona one day. I was driving one of my older trucks, and I guarantee that I didn't let that happen. But anyway, if you're thinking about moving to the South, dude, I implore you to do your research. And if you're really thinking about moving down there, down here, leave that blue state bullshit behind you, because we don't want it. All right. Common sense ain't common. Like, share, subscribe.